Hi everybody, welcome back to Lockdown Lessons, part 48 today. With me today, I've got Adrian Nicholls from BBP. So firstly, I just wanted to say a big hello to you, Adrian.
Hi to you as well. Nice to be here.
You too. Absolutely fantastic. Thank you for coming. First question I always ask is, perhaps you could just give us a brief introduction as to what you do, what BBP do, and how you help people, Adrian.
Absolutely. So I'm Adrian Nicholls. I'm MD and partner, sort of running the business with a couple of others. And we've been going for about 20 years. We're a B2B business, and we specialize in helping innovation and tech brands. Basically, that's our kind of big push.
Fantastic. And could you go into a bit more detail as to how you help the innovations and tech brands as well?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So we have a scale of clients. We work with startups who often need, for them, it's kind of where should they focus their effort? How do they kind of get to sort of Series A funding or Series B, depending on where they are? So we help make sure they've got the right positioning, value proposition, and collateral to get there. Then for our bigger clients, more enterprise scale clients, that's often could be a lot of kind of brand work. They might want to kind of launch into new territories, and we'll do all kind of the insights and dig in on, where they need to go, what they need to say, what the campaign should look like, and then we'll do kind of traditional, push out a campaign stuff to kind of get leads, get the bums on seats, kind of keep the sales guys happy.
Fantastic. That's good stuff. So if you could cast your mind back to sort of March last year, or even just before March last year, at what point did you think you were hearing the news and you're thinking, this could pose a problem commercially, either for our business or for the country as a whole? At what point did you think this might be a thing now?
Yeah, I think that we normally have sort of 3 or 4 sort of big clients, and most of our clients actually have sort of been fine. But the one client that we thought actually, there's something's happening here is Logitech. So Logitech, we've always done a lot of work. We always do like quarterly campaigns. They've all got something new to say, and suddenly they stopped basically marketing. We were like, what's going on here? And the problem was that because the pandemic hit, everybody needed video conferencing equipment. Logitech literally couldn't keep up with supply, so they kind of pulled all marketing. At that point, thinking, oh blimey, there's like a big kind of chunk of our cash gone. So that was the moment where we didn't get our regular call beginning of March. Here's our new brief stuff. So that's when we thought something's up. That was our sort of our big moment.
Good stuff. Okay, yeah, everyone's got a different answer regarding that, so it's always interesting to find out. So what were your sort of biggest issues with lockdown as a whole, then, with the exception of Logitech you've already mentioned?
I would say the biggest issue was we have very few clients in the UK, so we've always really been used to kind of doing conference calls and Zoom and Teams and stuff, which is kind of fine. But that would often be, we would still all be in the same office together as an agency, as a company. I guess that the biggest shift that we had was suddenly the home working, and then how do you keep sort of teams motivated? You have kind of that normal setup of a creative team working together, sparking off each other, planners working closely with creators. How do you kind of keep that going, kind of keep the energy up? And I guess also we've got quite a lot of youngsters. It sounds very old myself, but it's like, again, how do you keep up like the agency culture going, and also keeping them educated and kind of learning new stuff when you're all stuck in, like, you're on the end of your bed, you're in the loft or something. That's been our kind of biggest problem, I guess.
Okay, and sort of how did you sort of overcome that challenge then, Adrian?
Yeah, so we've done a lot of. We used to go out every month, like a social bash, be it beers or whatever. But so we've shifted to some online social entertainment to kind of keep it up. So that, we've been wreath making, and we've done virtual escape rooms, all that kind of stuff to kind of keep the fun going. We also did quite a lot to help people at home make their working space as comfortable as possible. So we gave everybody like an allowance to go buy desk chairs, whatever you needed. So that we did, and we also instigated. We used to do it anyway, but made it a bit more. We now do sort of proper, better daily stand-ups. So everyone knows, what are they working on, what they've done yesterday, what are they struggling with. So again, it's just an opportunity for everyone to hear what everyone else is doing and step in and help if needed.
Fantastic. That's quite progressive. I think a lot of people really struggled to come up with ideas as to how they were going to overcome that challenge when we went into lockdown. And I think there are a fair few companies that still haven't really managed to work that out. So good on you for sort of thinking ahead about that. Often these sort of conversations tend to drift into all the negative aspects of lockdown, but obviously some wins have come out of lockdown for a lot of businesses. Would you say you've had any quick wins of your own, should I say?
Yeah, we have. I say because we'd also been used to kind of online working anyway. I think a lot of our clients found that we were super easy to work with, agile, because we'd be kind of used to that fashion. We've actually put on 40% staff headcount through since March last year. So we've we've done super well. I mean, we've done, I think, we've done more organic wins. I think new business has been more difficult to kind of go get, but we've kind of worked really well within our existing clients to kind of ask them, do a great job with client A, and then ask them to kind of introduce us to client B. And we've done that super well. So, for example, WorldPay, we've worked with for about 5 years. They got bought by FIS Global. The deal finally came around last year, and they very, very kindly introduced us to their kind of new owners. And we've now got loads of new projects coming from them. So, it's just being a good partner and kind of asking nicely at the right time for a bit of personal advocacy has worked wonders for us.
Brilliant. So yeah, I've heard of a lot of businesses have done well in terms of mergers and acquisitions. Just coming back to the recruitment side of things, 40% growth in terms of staff numbers over the last sort of 18 months is exceptional. Did you have any challenges around that yourself, or did you find that easy to implement?
It was, again, I guess the tricky thing there was trying to really get under the skin of someone who you're talking to in this medium way. It's just over a screen. That's been the biggest challenge. So I think, in terms of finding people, it's been okay, because suddenly, unfortunately, a lot of people were losing roles. So there was quite a big pool to find from, which was, that was good. But I say that the bit where, so we didn't really struggle to find people. It was really trying to make a personal connection. And weirdly, we actually did have a face-to-face event about 2 months ago. We all went to Sandown Park for evening racing, and there literally we met 5 people we never met before on the face-to-face. And it's suddenly a bit weird. You're like, you're taller than I thought, you're shorter than I thought. So, but it was nice,
I've noticed that actually. We had a client barbecue about 2 months ago actually, and yeah, the people that sit at the bottom of their screens like that tend to be a lot taller than they seem. It's not based on where you are on the screen. There's no correlation to how tall you are, right?
No,
it's quite funny. So okay. So have there been anything you sort of been forced upon you in terms of that you've had to do during lockdown that you think, well, actually that's worked out quite well? We're actually not going to go back to the business as it was sort of 18 months ago, and we are going to start to carry some of these ideas forward and run with them.
I think our biggest shift has been the home working, and actually seeing how well everyone has kind of embraced it, and actually how grown up everyone's been about it. I've worked at a lot of places and left a lot of places because, like, you've got a boss who's a micromanager, which just kind of infuriates the heck out of everybody, I'm sure. But what we've done, we've just treated everyone like everyone like adults. People know what they've got to do and sort of get on with it, really. So we're keeping it. We're going to keep the hybrid model going. So our offices are open. We rent down on Fleet Street. That's kind of open if people want to go in. But we're basically saying from end of September, what we want to do is get everybody come in, ideally a Tuesday, Wednesday, in the office. We can all then meet, see what everyone's doing, and then outside of that, up to you, whatever you want to do. Stay here 5 days a week or go home for the rest of the other 3. So that was got forced upon us, the home working, but it's worked super well, and it's just made everyone kind of step up. So we're keeping that.
Good. And I think as well, it challenges us as business owners to understand how we can hold our staff to account, because it's more challenging to do it virtually rather than face to face, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, but I say we do our quick stand-ups. Everyone says what they've done, what they haven't done. We have implemented some additional project management tools, which is really good. So we know exactly what people are working on, where they are. We track the old time sheets, all that kind of stuff, which is really useful. It's really good. The FD loves it, clearly, but it does help let people, and also for people's own sense, they can see where they are in their schedule, what's kind of booked for them. So that's worked really well for us.
Absolutely. I think I ran a business a while ago, and I remember implementing targets. We'd never had targets for anybody, including the sales team. And I was thinking, this is going to be a bit tricky. They're going to think they're micromanaged. And actually, they reacted really positively to it, because they wanted that sort of drive. Where are we going and how are we going to get there? Which were questions they hadn't really asked themselves before. So I think it can work really, really well. So in terms of what would you say you've learned most about yourself over the last 18 months, Adrian?
I would say it's been that micromanaged thing is, but just step back and let other people get on with it, and just trust them when they go for it. And also, it's been really good for me. It's let me kind of step away from doing more of the day to day, and kind of chipping away at those more senior clients, helping them see what they're up to, and then trying to kind of go grow the business. That's through partnerships, finding new clients. So it's just enabled me, and sort of like our creative director, we're working as a sort of partnership to go push the agency further, which is great. That we got full trust in everyone else working in house, getting stuff through, and gives us that flexibility. So that's been brilliant.
Brilliant. So what would you say? What was the first thing you were able to do in terms of when the government sort of let us out, let us off the leash, so to speak? What was the first thing you did, Adrian?
Oh, on a personal level, I introduced a Thirsty Thursday for the dads at school. We were straight down the local pub. That was our quickest thing. But I think, you know, outside of, you know, obviously going for a quick drink, I think it was around, I said we got everyone together, and when we went off for an evening racing in Sandown Park, where we could get all the agency back together, everyone, you know, big hugs. And it was great. And especially, as I said previously, met those new hires face to face. It was really nice. It kind of brought everyone back together again.
Oh, lovely. I think I've heard some great stories with that question, actually, because and I think it's great, because if you did that sort of thing every couple of months, it would be great, but not as, you don't get the impact that you have when you haven't been able to do something for so long, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Good. So final two questions I've got for you, Adrian. So if your sort of ideal client is listening to this right now and is wondering how you can help them, what would that person look like? What sort of role within the business would they have, and how would you go about helping them?
Yeah, well, so I'll say they could be either a marketing or a sales function. We work with both, and it's normally they've got a really tricky challenge. Like they've got, we're really good at taking complicated things and making them kind of obvious, and making them kind of easy for people to understand. So I think that's what we're really good at. And also, if you know, we get those clients who have got hard, fast, that might be like a turn something around quickly, or it could be kind of a deeper engagement piece, but it's often when they're just stuck scratching heads, don't know which way to shift. And we do work really well also at bringing teams together. I say we do a lot of stuff where we'll drag along the sales guys and girls and meet up with the marketing teams if it's like an ABM style stuff. So we're very good at kind of working within a business and just making those complicated problems become simplified.
Fantastic. That's really good. So final question I've got for you. If anyone wants to get in touch with you or someone else, one of your team, what's the best way they can reach you, Adrian?
Yeah, I would say either go to our website, which is bbpagency.com, or my email address is just adrian@bbp.com. Dead easy peasy. Or find me on LinkedIn, no problem, whatever you want.
Good stuff. Well, what I'll do, Adrian, is I'll post that information below in the comments box so people can contact you easily. So for now, thank you so much, Adrian. It's been really enlightening as always. And yeah, catch up soon.
Thanks very much. Take care.
Take care. Bye.
Bye-bye.